What's up, y'all? Welcome to a new episode of Transcending The Culture. I am James. I am by my lonesome tonight. I got a really good show for you guys tonight. I have probably one of my dearest friends in this media business thus far. He has actually been on the platform a few times. So I'm really glad to have him back tonight. We are definitely going to be talking about some amazing things that he has going on right now, some things that he's had going on. As we are now, we're close to March. So we're almost 2 months into the new year, and he has accomplished so many things already. So I am excited to bring Mr. Michael Finkley onto the platform so that we can talk about what this king has going on. What's going on, sir?
Hey, I feel like I've been on your show more than you have.
Listen, I'm so glad that you are here. I am so apologetic that I sent you the wrong link. So
I'm like, where is this dude?
I've been sitting here this whole time, like, it say he read the message. I know he got the link. Like, what the fuck is going on with Michael Finkley?
Man, I'm just waiting in the other room. I don't know who's gonna come.
Well, look, I looked at the link. I'm like, oh, that's the wrong link. That's the wrong link. He's on open letters to a survivor for Sunday. I guess he's waiting on them to come.
I guess.
I'm so sorry, sir.
It's all
listen, I'm so glad that you are here. Cat Queen is in the comments because she wasn't able to get on tonight. So, Cat.
Hey, Cat!
Listen. I'm excited that you are on the show. I feel like we have not talked in a month of Sundays, and that's your fault.
We have not. I'm just like, is he still my friend?
Let me tell y'all. Y'all know how it is. Like when your friends, like when they rise up and they start doing some shit, they just leave you to the side.
Right, so he left me. Now I'm up here calling stuff. He left me. I don't forget. Like, because I know what a friend is. So he left me.
Listen, man.
I'm calling and stuff and everything. And okay.
Let me tell you something, man. I know I have said this before. I really value and cherish you as a friend.
As do I. As do I.
Oh, I was going to say, what? No, I really do value and cherish you. I love your input. I love the things that you have to say. I think that you offer so much. Like, you are such an amazing friend to me. The love is there, man. And I know I said it before, like, the love is there. But you have to make sure that you express those things to people that you really care about. So I really appreciate you. I'm so grateful to you for coming onto the platform. Some things I wanted to talk about tonight, which we'll get to after we, talk about your superstar for the top of this year. Because you've done some really amazing things, and all I'm gonna say is Grammys. But you have really done some amazing things. But I also wanted to make it a point tonight, and it's gonna be a relatively short show. But I wanted to make it a point to talk a little bit about what's going on out there now. Especially with Miss Reed, being taking off the
media,
which I think is crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's crazy, but I also think some other things too. So we'll get into that a little bit. But let's really start off with 2025 and how you have just really been sunning everybody out here in this media business.
You're funny.
Listen, you know you've been
You're
doing your
so
thing.
funny.
In all fairness, you know you've really been doing your thing, and you are making some amazing headway, not just for you, but for independent Black people. Um, I just think that you're doing some really amazing things, and I love to see it. I'm ultra happy for you because I know that like you're not just finding yourself, but I think that you're starting to really realize now the power and the value that you have. Like you're valuable to these streets, to these media streets. Like, and I just told a young lady about you. I was on, I think I told you, I was on a podcast tonight,
Mhm.
in me, and it was such an amazing experience. Like I so enjoyed being on her podcast. But and we talked a lot about vision boards and that sort of thing. But as we got to the end of the show, I can't remember if we were still on the air or not, but I told her about you. I was just like, Mr. Finkley, Mr. Finkley, Mr. Finkley. So she may actually be popping on here because she said she was gonna try to pop on so that she could see you and see what you had to say because she's gonna want to bring you on her podcast. So make sure you check it out. I actually will send you the link so that
Okay.
you can see it because it was such an amazing experience. And just being able to talk with somebody like minded who is doing the same stuff that you're doing and can help you with some things. Man, the jewels that I got just from talking to her. And then she was on the Black Print last or the week before last. So the jewels that I have gotten from her already is like bar none. So I think that'll be a really good connection for you. But all that aside, come on, Papa, tell us how you've been sunning everybody out here.
Well, I am still on the high. I am still on a high. I'm on cloud nine, way out there, but I ain't falling like the planes are, you know.
Don't
But
do that.
listen, I'm staying in the air.
Well, listen, they done got now to where they smashing into each other on the ground. So
Yes, yeah, I saw that. I'm just like, okay, Southwest. But anyway, I am good. Um, like you said, I just a few weeks ago we were able to participate in the Grammys and actually go to the Grammys and be a part of the whole process, be nominated. Even though we didn't come out with a win, I still am a winner. I was able to go to another award show while I was there, which I didn't realize how big it was, the World Entertainment Awards. And it's still kind of fairly new, but the same people that were nominated for Grammys and Grammy winners, they're nominated for this award as well. Like I think Kelly Clarkson got something. Like it's a big deal, and I didn't realize going in. I'm like, wow, how big of a deal it was. So my show was nominated for Best Podcast of the Year with the World Entertainment Awards, and we won.
oh shoot, they don't what? I don't believe you got me up here dancing on the goddamn podcast. Like this is just too much. Let's go.
Yes, so we won, and like I said, to come back a winner, like overall, it's just amazing feeling. To the different connections that were made through the different events, the different socials that were going on. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but back there, that's me and Jennifer Hudson. So I had to put that.
I'm so proud of you, and I know that we discussed it.
Mm-hmm.
But like to get in that arena in that space and to make out of it what you did, like that's what media is all about. Like
That's what it's all about.
that really just that puts me in the mindset of Kat when we went to Atlanta and we did the women's event out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I tell you, like she took charge and was like talking to people, and when she got to oh, I can't even think of her name now from the Housewives of Atlanta, and I was like, but I wanted to talk, man, Kat to talk to her. Kat probably got her phone number and shit. Because I was like, nah, they not gonna let me in. Kat was like, nah, I ain't come out here for that. Like Kat got up in there and did the damn thing. That's
Make
why
it happen.
this day, like, you are for this. And you are for this. Like,
Yeah.
the picture that you took with Jennifer Hudson, I could have passed out. Like, oh,
Listen, J Hud, she looked good and she smelled good.
I bet you she did. But I think, did you do the spirit tunnel?
I didn't. So this is what happened. I'm gonna tell the story. Okay, I'm gonna tell the story. All right. So myself and another individual, shout out to etc. Who actually escorted me to the Grammys. The Grammys are like getting in. It's very hard. Many people don't see that, but you have to know someone that knows someone to get your ticket and all. So it's just it was like so we decided when we got into town that we were going to go to the Jennifer Hudson show. Just sit there in the audience because myself and him, we never experienced it before. So we're like, okay, let's just go sit in the audience. So we get there, we're just talking with people, just talking with people on our team, all this kind of good stuff. And so he mentioned to them, he's like, hey, this is Michael Finkley. He has his own show, and we're just looking for good ideas, for the next season. So can we sit on the front row, just kind of get some ideas like sets and that kind of thing? And they put us on the front row. So now we're in front of Jennifer, right? Looking at her making, and during commercial breaks, it was so hyped in there, playing music, dancing, like it was just really cool. And so she kept looking our direction. I was like, is she looking at us? I'm like, I think she's looking at us. So, little me, I'm just like, So towards the end, they were giving out shirts. And so he's like, I'm gonna get me a shirt. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, I don't want a shirt. I want to talk with her. I kept saying that throughout the show. I want to talk to her. And so he went and got his shirt, and I'm just standing there, and I'm looking her way again, and she's like, those two. I heard her mouth it, like those two. And again, I'm like, I'm just ready to go because by that time I was tired. I had just got to LA, and the whole flight thing, I'm just tired. So as I'm walking, that same producer came to me and he said, hey, Jennifer wants to meet you. I'm like, me? So I grabbed his hand and I grabbed my friend's hand and we rushed down to meet her. And he takes pictures and showed her first. And I forgot to tell her my name. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell her my name. Because I usually don't get starstruck, but it's just like this, I'm in the moment, right? In the moment. And so I was like, what else can I tell her? What else can I say? Right? Because I'm only going to get a few moments with her, right? Because she's so busy. And so she's like, this is what the show's all about. Thank you so much I love your energy. I love your vibes. That's what the show's all about. I'm like, great. So we take our picture. And I had to wait a week. I had to wait a week for this picture to come back. Listen. Had to wait a whole week. For this picture to come back. That's so yeah. So I'm talking with her some more, and I'm like, wait, I have a show. So I'm like, I have a show. So I'm like, well, I have my own social media talk show. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, I would love to be a guest.
So tell me you set that up.
We're in the process of setting it up now.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
We're in the process of setting it up now. We have a friend in common. I told her we had a friend in common. I told her the first thing, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, I love it. So I told her, how can we make this happen? And so she's like, you contact our friend and he'll contact me, and then we'll set it up. And it's been a few weeks, and I know that she's busy. She has a lot going on. Something confirmed it for me. I was looking at someone's social media page, and they were on her show a month ago, and he was doing something for Black History a month later. And he asked her to be a part of, I guess, his panel or whatever. And she was like, okay. And so she came. She was a woman of her word, and she came. So I was like, well, I'm sure that if she did it for him, she will do it for me as well. So I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. Just trying to get our schedules together. And yeah, we're gonna make it happen. I'm like, do I have to fly back to LA? Do I have to fly to Chicago? Listen, I will be there because this one will be in person.
I already know that you're gonna make it happen, but what I really think stands out to was one of the things that really stands out to me right now is the fact that you say that I was so starstruck, I forgot to tell her my name.
I forgot to say my
And
name.
I think that's cool because it just shows the human side of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you have so many people, like even people that work in this business, that it's like they it's like they look down on the idea of being starstruck over somebody or whatever. I think that's dope. Like I think it's dope. I think it's dope that you met them, and you parlayed that into something that's going to connect back to the Michael Finkley show. So I think,
Exactly. I
and
almost
that's,
forgot.
that's what it's about. You was gonna make it happen, but that's what it's all about. And you got to get in there and start talking, and and
Oh
and
yeah.
open your mouth and start talking. And the fact that you were telling people about your team and talking about the show, and hey, can we sit up front because we're thinking about show ideas, and I love it. Like I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Kudos to you for that. Like
Thank,
that's amazing in itself.
thank you. Thank you.
Like what, like even getting out there and going to the Grammys, like what was the feeling that you had just walking in the building, like getting out of the car or however you got there, and actually getting into the building? Like, what was that experience like?
I'm a very spiritual being, and I got to relate everything back to my spirituality. When me and etc. We were driving to the place in a um, fully loaded suburban, dark tent, black,
Sure.
and as we got closer to the venue, they said, "Well, you come this way." They got our tickets, and they said, "Well, you come this way." And so, as we were driving there, doors started to open for us because they knew that we were coming.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, okay, all doors open in 2025. That's
That's
what I
it.
feel. All doors open in 2025. I already declared in 2025 anyway. This harvest time. I've been in this field for a long time, and I've been working hard and planning and watering and making sure that everything is everything. And so 2025 is harvest time,
I love that.
and I feel like it's June for me because so much has already happened in this short period of time.
That's
And
what I'm
someone had
saying.
to remind me. You're like the third person to remind me. It's like it's only February,
Yeah.
and all this has happened to you. So just imagine what the rest of the year is going to look like. Moving
But you know
forward.
this. But this is coming. Like this is a direct result of the hard work that you have put.
Yeah.
I told you that I saw the hard work that you were putting in when I very first reached out to you to come
Yeah.
onto the podcast, and I just told the podcast that I was just on. I just told her imposter syndrome is a real thing.
Oh.
Like when I reached out to you all the way back in August of 2023, I
Mhm.
was like, he ain't coming on this damn podcast. I don't know what the hell I thought. Now I might have got Mila from 702 to come on, but he ain't coming on this podcast. He probably sitting there looking like,
How are you comparing the two? Oh my goodness.
he probably sitting there looking like, who is this damn fooler?
How are you
Because
comparing the
you
two?
look
Oh
at
my
what
gosh.
people are doing. Like I would love to get to real on one of my podcasts. But
Mhm.
in my mind, that imposter syndrome is real, man. So like I'll be looking at it like he ain't coming
Well,
on this damn podcast. Like he be doing stuff with Coco Jones and with Tia Mowry, and I'm like, he ain't coming on this damn. But
but
I'm gonna reach out. But I'm just saying, like that imposter syndrome is a real thing. So like
exactly.
breaking out of that, like it's difficult, but I'm doing it though. But I appreciate you because that was like at the launch of Transcending the Culture and for UT Digital Podcast and Radio. Like that was the very beginning. So when I reached out to you and you hit back and you was like, hell yeah, like let's do this. I'm like, oh, shit, okay, we really somebody. Like we somebody.
And it's so
You know
funny.
the feeling though.
I think about that now. I used to be that way, but I feel like since I've been back, all that has changed.
Yeah. I mean,
And
but I think too with how successful the Michael Finkley show is. And you have so many people biting back at being on your show now. And now with you having done the Oscars and you've been at the Grammys, even if you didn't cover the Grammys, you were at the Grammys and you were
and
able to meet people.
that's the thing. My show did cover the Grammys this year,
Oh,
virtually. My show did, and so of course I'm part of the CTR Media Network, and so our CEO, she covered that part for me. So a
That
lot of
is
people don't know
beautiful.
that,
See,
but
and I
we
didn't realize
cover.
that. Well, keep
Yeah,
going. That's amazing. That is really dope.
thank you.
You look like you don't expect to hear it.
No, it's just I my thing is always to remain humble. That's
Period.
always a thing,
Period.
and
Period.
then always to you know um soak it in because I'm used to it, but I'm still not. How do I receive it? Right? How do I receive good things that come my way, or when people say good things, that come my way? And so, I appreciate it all. I really do. Um, More to come. Just like you were saying before. I said this before. I was talking to a friend and a person that um, has been properly trained with their voice and has doing this since middle school, high school, went to college for it, have degrees and stuff for it. And little old me, just out of the blue, I can hold a note and to be now Grammy nominated. And I thought about it and I'm like, well, this should be them, right? This should be them. But then I had to realize to switch it. It's like, why not me?
Absolutely.
No,
Absolutely.
why not me? And so we're learning to just slowly, we're recognizing it and we're walking into it, we're accepting it. And hey, if it happens, great. If not, then not right now. Especially when it comes to the show and the guests that appear on the show, we reach out to a ton of people. But will they all say no? No. Will they all say yes? No. So when I get those no's, you know, um, it's not right. It's not for you right now.
Yeah.
It's not for you right now, but it will
Absolutely.
be. I had a
Absolutely.
guest. I had a guest yesterday, which will be in our March lineup in the next month, and I asked them, I'm like, why did you decide to come on the show? And they said the first thing that they saw with the show was professionalism,
Yeah.
and they did some more research, and they said, why not Michael Finkley's show? You're an author, you're an artist, you're a Grammy nominated individual, and they went on and on and on. I'm like, you did your research on me, oh my gosh. And so they said we thought that it was a good idea. Thought it was a good idea. So cool to be a part of this now. And so I'm like, wow, wow. So that interview is coming out next month. So I'm excited about
I
it.
think that's amazing. And, actually, that's really a good segue just into talking some more things about the season of dreams.
Yes.
Just the show in itself. Like you've had some really amazing people on there, already, to really kick off this year. And you just put a post up about Jamal Joseph.
Yes, 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 yes. So, Season of Dreams, season 8, all season long. Just again talking about the aspect of our guests following their dreams. And now that you accomplished this dream, what's next?
Yeah.
What's your next biggest dream? And so Jamal Joseph, dear fraternity brother of mine, actually stayed with him when I was in LA. So
Okay.
shout out to you, dear brother. Thank you for lending out your space to little old me. He has a book that's out, and now with a short movie that goes along with it as well. And so, a short film, excuse me, that goes along with it. And so, we're trying to get the word out, trying to get more eyes on it. And so, that's the least that we could do for people.
Absolutely.
Sometimes I feel that it's not about, of course, you need funds for anything and everything, but you never know who's in your network that is looking at that and may say, you know what, I want to help fund this. I think this is a great idea, right? But just passing the word, right? Hitting that subscribe, well, it does count. Like when we say hit the subscribe button or share it on your page or all this kind of good stuff. But it helps because
Yeah.
you never know who's watching. You never
Absolutely.
know who's watching. So yeah, but that was all about just a helping hand, again, assisting my dear brother to get his projects out there as well.
Yeah.
So we got to help one another. We got to
I
help
love
one
it.
another. It's a two-way street.
Yeah. I love it. I just was talking about that very thing with Pamela from Envision Me from the Envision podcast. And we were definitely just talking about being able to share things, with other people and with your counterparts that is going to help them, in their journey and to achieve some things and to really accomplish some things. And I actually spoke about, you and I, and just the mutual sharing back and forth, and how I was able to do the interview with, for the movie, for the Christmas movie. Then, we both interviewed Major. And then Major actually was on the radio call that I was telling you about maybe a couple of weeks after we had done that stuff. But just really dope.
We got the Grammys too.
Yeah, and when I tell you he been on Instagram stunting like a thug out here, I'm like, okay.
I'm like, what in the world? He is all over the place. I could just see him again in April, another event.
But it's to me, it's cool because I just don't think that as a people, like I don't think that we celebrate ourselves.
No, we don't.
Like we don't recognize our true value, and we don't celebrate ourselves.
I don't. No, we don't. We need to.
Yeah, we absolutely do, and that goes for me too. I have to do better with it, but I'm getting better with it. I know that you're doing very well with it, and it's really good just to see the success. So I just want to congratulate you all of that stuff you're doing.
Thank you.
2 months into the new year, and like you have accomplished these things. Like, how does that feel to have accomplished, to me, almost a year's worth of work in this first 2 months?
Well, this was not on my bingo card. Listen, to begin with, but I'm so glad it is a beginning because it is a stage. I remember before they announced the Grammy nominations and things. I was just praying to God, and I'm just like, I have so much to offer the world. And when I leave here, I don't want anything left in me. I want to leave it all here. And I'm like, God, if I just had a bigger platform to share more about what I do, there's so many people I feel they will get it and they will participate and they will do this, and this. And I'm just crying out to God. And then a few weeks later, oh, you're Grammy nominated. So here's God. Well, here's your platform. Now go use it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the key too is being able to recognize when God steps in. And I feel like I talk about that a whole lot more now, because now like certain things will happen, and it may not even necessarily be about this media business and UGD and all of that stuff. It might just be kind of like everyday stuff, like something will happen and I'm like, that's God stepping in. Like that's God all day. That's God. And I think a lot of the secret is being able to recognize when the things that we've prayed for, or the things that we are praying for, are, when they're happening, being able to notice when God is actually stepping in.
Yep.
Knowing what to do with that blessing and how to be able to parlay that into another blessing, and being able to bless somebody else, in the process with, what you've been doing. So I think that's really, really good.
Yes, sir.
Now, Community Spotlight, every Friday, you are doing that. What's happening with that?
Oh my word, I do a lot. It's still up and running. It's definitely still up and running. I need you on one of these days, okay? So be on the lookout.
I feel like I've been on, haven't I? Or that was Open Letters. They were.
Yeah, they were on. Yep, they were on. So I need you on.
Well. I mean, say the word. I mean, I thought you had erased me. I thought you had whited me out the Rolodex. Like.
Anyway, so
I thought you took the white out and was. Let's put somebody else on this page.
You done?
I'm done.
You done? Okay, great. See how sensitive he is? Oh gosh. But anywho, as I was saying before, but yeah, it's still going. I was talking with the person that's over the morning show, Jamal Bates, and I was like, oh my gosh. It's creeping up on 2 years. And this was wow, just a blessing. So, but yes, every Friday we do have affiliate stations here in the United States, but it's a global show as well. So again, I had somebody. It was so funny. One of the shows that just went off, and I got an inbox, on Facebook. I heard your show. I'm like, aren't you in Atlanta? It's like, yeah. I'm like, whoa. So it's just amazing to see, and that again, people are listening and people are getting it. So yeah.
Just to piggyback off of that, I think one of the things to really take note of too is, obviously, the name, the Jamal Big Show, and just
hmm
network of people that he has, and people
hmm
everywhere who are listening. So making sure you put out like the mobile app piece of it, because I would imagine that a lot of people are listening to you like through a mobile app.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, they are. Yes, and we'll have to do a better job in doing that on my end as well, for my segment. But yes, there is a piece that comes along with that. But everything is found at Jamal Bates Media, where you can have that information and download that information as much as possible. So yeah.
Well, listen, man, give me on. I'm ready. I'm ready for the community spot.
Oh,
So
now you're ready.
I've been ready. I'm always ready. I stay ready, so I don't have to get that part. Don't look. So listen, man. Not. See, now you got me stumbling over my words. So I'm glad that we talked about all of this magic that you have been creating. I'm definitely looking forward just to the opportunity for us to do some more stuff together, and definitely you coming
I'm
on.
waiting on you.
You ain't waiting on me. I'm waiting on you. But people, y'all see. Y'all see.
See, y'all, see you front because he don't have my number.
Oh,
And like he could
what back to the streets on me.
anytime,
I'm fronting now. What?
on the phone at any time. Like Finkley, I'm like, bet, let's do it. What's going on? Like,
Listen, we gonna put some stuff together. And the projects that I'm working on, the one I told you about before, I'm still plotting and brainstorming and pulling that together. And it's a lot of stuff happening over on my end. So I'm excited about some things, but we definitely will do some stuff together. We'll get you back on the platforms. I know you'll get me on the community spotlight and back on the Michael Finkley show, because that's what I really was being on the Michael Finkley show. You just don't know the type of the type of applause that I get from being on your platform. So
oh,
like, oh, you did that? Oh, we
if
can
I
work with you now.
if I could blush.
Well, anyway, man, I think this is a good segue because I think that I'm just in love with independent media. Like,
hmm
I love what I do. I love being able to put my own platforms together. Kind of in the same vein that I think that as an artist or a musician who signs to a major label or whatever, I truly believe that at some point they should be able to put their own music out, especially with all these artists talking about their own labels and doing this and they're doing that and they're CEOs and bosses and whatever you want to call it. I just feel like as an artist, at some point or another, they should be able to know their way around putting their own material. So in that same vein, I feel like as a media personality, I feel like at some point, especially when you've been in this for 10, 20, 30 plus years, I think you should be in a place where you are able to kind of put some stuff together for yourself, especially in situations like these where you just suddenly are ousted from your company or they cancel your show or whatever the case may be. And we've seen it time and time again. We saw it with Amy, uh, TJ Holmes and Amy, I forget her last name, but
Yeah, the white one. hmm
yeah, pretty much. But obviously they were dating, got fired or whatever. And to me, they didn't know the first thing. It's like deer in the headlights. Like, what do? We don't have a job. Can somebody hire me? And like even with all of the hoopla going on with Joy Reid, and
No way.
God bless her. It sucks. To me, highly unwarranted. It's no different than with Roland Martin, Don Lemon. People who have been ousted from their positions and from their shows and that sort of thing. Like, at least when you look at Roland Martin and you look at Don Lemon, they were able to kind of take that and just create their own thing,
their own.
bigger and better than what they were doing when they were with their respective companies. Anyway, um, I've seen the petitions and stuff going around, like as far as Joy Reid and reach out to MSNBC, and I'm like, why are you begging these people for a platform? Like, when you've been in this,
easily have your own,
huh?
When you can easily have your own.
Period. So I really just wanted to kind of know your opinion on that. I just feel like why beg somebody for an opportunity when you really could build and create your own?
Yeah. Like you said, you gave so many different examples already. People do it every day.
Absolutely.
And there's just so much more out there. Maybe when she first started, they didn't have as much, right?
Absolutely.
So now in 2025, you can listen. She can roll out of bed, go in the other bedroom, turn on that camera and start talking, and she can talk all day if she wants to, all day long.
When I tell you, this is like doing this has been the best thing that I could have ever done. And I mean, I've worked for Radio One, I've worked for the TV station, and you have these big, glorious, grandiose ideas, like when you're first coming into media, and it's like, oh, I want to work with this company, and I want to work with BET, and I want to do XYZ, and all of that. But I don't know if it's the same for other people, and I don't know if it's the same for you. But like, once I got into this and I really got a grip on it and saw the things that I could do, it was just like it's so much easier and better to do it on your own for yourself, because then you don't have as many people telling you no, if any at all, because you know what you want to do, you know what it takes to get it out there, and you turn their no's into yeses, which essentially is what I have been doing for the last 24 years. So I have no choice. I have no desire to go and work for anybody's media company. I just want to do it for myself, and I don't even have the big budget behind me. So I just feel like I'm to me, I feel like it would be so much easier. Like, look at what Roland and Don Lemon are doing.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's amazing.
It's amazing because they already had this platform, right? Persons that know them from their various places. So now they're on their own, and people still love them and still want to hear what they have to say. So I feel that with them, they don't have a problem getting sponsors, right? They can just go to these sponsors they had before, like, hey, I'm doing this independently now, so I get to have more control. Now I can do more with my sponsors in that regard. And when I started, I always was independent. I didn't have anybody backing me up.
Yeah.
I didn't even know how to get that started. How do I even get in these places?
Well, look at what you able to build in 3-4 years. Like, look at the empire. 5 years. Look at the empire you have built just with the Michael Finkley show alone. 8 seasons. 8 seasons with, like, to me, some of the biggest. When you had, and I always forget her name, from the Tyler Perry movie, the crazy lady.
Ursula.
When you had Ursula on your show, I was just like, this something done did it. I ain't gonna say the word. I ain't gonna say the word, but I said, oh, this something done did it. Now he done got one of my girls, and she just became my girl when she pulled that body out that
became all of our girls when she did that, and holding strong.
Yeah,
holding strong.
Now I just, you have done some amazing things, and if nobody else, like if there's anybody out there who felt like they couldn't do something, I wish that they could like really see your story and like see the things that you've done, on the independent side. To me, that would make anybody, that would make anybody believe that they could do it. And I think like Joy Reid could definitely do it.
Oh yeah, she always has. First of all, she always has the following. That's number one.
Absolutely.
And so just use that following and build your own. And I feel, and just watch her for so long, and her next steps. That's what she's going to do, and she's probably already in the process of it. Making her own, and so, I would tune into her, then, her whole network. And the way they did it, though, it was just so grimy, and I felt sorry for her. She was literally, I forget where she was, but she was literally just crying, about it and what was going on.
That's happening. A big blow, though.
That is a very big blow, because
even if you know that you can do some stuff on your own, to just be thrust into it, like that's a huge
exactly.
Especially when you got people depending on you, and you don't know her story and her life and what's happening behind the scenes and that sort of thing. But it's still relevant, though, because and then you had Rachel Maddow went on, and to me, she seemingly defended Joy Reid. It's to me, I looked at it, she defended Joy Reid and she spoke out against MSNBC. And now you see that they're firing most of Rachel Maddow's staff now. And it's like, is that a retaliatory thing? Or of course, but
I'm like, you don't badmouth us,
right.
You don't do that.
And that's we do what we want. That's the very reason why I don't want to work for nobody. Like, I just want to do my own thing, and whatever it takes, and to build it is what it takes.
Because of this, like this, when I first started, the goal was, oh my gosh, I've got to get on ABC, CBS, NBC, UPN, CW. I got to get somewhere, right? But the more you see on television, it's like, do they really have control? It's not like the days of Oprah. You own your studio and you own all the rights to everything. And so once you pull your show, it's going with you, right? There's so much more to all that now. Yeah. And so, but just like now, who's going to take this away from me?
Absolutely.
That's me. That's my name. So just like with Wendy, if when she gets her things settled in play, she can never use the Wendy Williams show ever again because she doesn't own it. So it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm thinking more so now. It's like I want to build my own empire. When I was at the show at Jennifer, I'm like, I saw the stage. I'm like, I want a stage. I want a stage. I want a stage.
You know what I want? I want to have, essentially a stage, but I want like a whole sound stage, like with moving sets, and I can switch it up and do like.
That's what I want.
I want that, and I am claiming it, and it's gonna happen.
I want that on the bottom floor. On the top floor, I want podcast rooms. I want podcast rooms.
We gonna be doing. I'm a cuss. We're gonna be doing some shit together. Like, I need you to understand. Like, we gonna do some shit together, and you ain't gonna shut me out this time. Like, I'm talking shit. I'm talking crazy.
I almost came to the screen.
I'm talking crazy. I'm messing with you.
Cat, you better get him.
For real. We really gonna do some stuff together because and it's just like Carol Underwood. She was on Club Shay Shay. And when I tell you that I faithfully watch these interviews and I pay attention to what they're saying, and like even when it's a 3-hour interview and I'm like, damn, Shay Shay, like for real, 3 hours, but I pay attention to what
he can do that though.
Huh? You say what?
He can do that though.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. He can do that.
Absolutely. And my thing is, the attention span is. People's attention span is just off the scale. So a lot of people cannot do interviews like that. But when you make it interesting, like that's the one thing about not the Breakfast Club, but what's Nori's podcast with I don't know why I can't Drink Champs. So when you watch Drink Champs, have you watched Drink Champs? Mm-hmm. It's only been on for 5 or 6 years. So either way, don't breathe like that. But either way, when you watch their podcast, while I don't particularly care for Nori all that much, the interviews most of the time are very interesting to the point where you can watch a 2.5 hour interview with them because not only are the questions and the topics and the conversation interesting, but he actually knows these people because he's worked with them and he's been around them and he's grown up around them and they know each other, they know families and all of that stuff. So to me, it's more genuine because they actually know each other and he's not just trying to make up content and that sort of thing. Like they could really talk about, remember when we went to it just makes it more interesting. So like even with Faith Evans, who I love to pieces, I can't watch longer than a 30-40 minute interview with her unless it's with somebody like them. Like I think they did like a 3-hour interview with Faith Evans, and like start to finish, I was like, damn, you ain't got no more to say. That's it. So like, you know, it makes a difference. But we gonna do some stuff because like I was talking about Cheryl Underwood. She was on Shake Shack, and one of the things that she said that she wants to do, like she wants to do a podcast, but she wants to blend that with radio. That's what I'm doing.
That's so easy.
So now my goal is to get Cheryl Underwood on the network.
Listen, that's so easy.
Oh, trust me, I know. But I'm just saying though, like we're gonna do some stuff, man. We are definitely gonna do some stuff together. I mean, we already was going to, but now we really. So what is your next?
What is my next? So
now this is the third time I'm talking about what is your next because the podcast that I was on this evening, that's part of hers, is that well, what is your next? And then you was talking about what is your next. So now I'm gonna ask you, what is your next?
Oh, we still in our stuff. Because I always ask for that question to come out. That's why we always ask the question, what's your next biggest dream? And so people go on and they'll say it like that. But excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold too, so I'll forgive me for all the coughing and stuff. But my next is to go on tour with my book, Biggest Dream Come True. And
I don't know why I'm so excited about that, but that's dope. Go ahead.
So we're reaching out to venues now and schools and universities and all that kind of good stuff now to get all that done. We wanted to start in the fall of 2025. And then again, just express the importance of living out your dream. We want to do it in show format. So it'll be a Q&A. I get to sing my song as well. And then on this tour, I want to do a few live interviews. So I want to, if I am in, LA and I can bring on Jamal Joseph, right? He comes and we can do a live interview there. Or I'm in Chicago or I'm in Charlotte. Your cousin, Fantasia, girl, where's you at?
Yes. But
listen,
you, when I say you done got all up in the family, it's like you done got all up in the family really deeper than what I could get up in the family.
Stop it. And that's your people.
That's what it's about.
That's your people.
I think it's a beautiful thing though, man. Like to me, that speaks to, I'm gonna say again, your professionalism. It speaks to the professionalism, like you are highly articulate, like you're not talking crazy, like you're not talking street slang, like you are coming at these people and they see how important you are, and they see how professional you are, they see how much you care about your craft. Like that's really what it's about. And you're showing something that a lot of Black media don't show. Like you're in that circle with the Che Hoods and with the Sherry Shepherds and with people out here who are doing these big award-winning shows, and like you're with those people, man. So like pat yourself on the back for that. Like you have done that in 5 years. Like some of these people, Sherry, and it's not downing anything, because like that woman is amazing, and if I could have her sitting right here on my show, I would absolutely do it. But she spent 30 years working at trying to get to this point. You did this shit in 5 years. Like, kudos to you. Like, kudos to you. To me, that's amazing. And for this to be something that, if I didn't get paid a penny in the world, I would absolutely sit and do this.
And I would do it because it's
I
important.
absolutely would. And I was telling Pamela, when I was on her podcast this evening, like this is it for me. I feel like, a lot of times people are doing something so that they can get to their next. Because when she asked me what's my next, I was just like, I don't really know. Because I mean, some things are absolutely going to come up, and I'm going to strive to do some other things that make them happen. But when you talk about my next, like this is it. Like I feel like this is ordained by God. I feel like this is what I was put on the planet to be able to do. And thankfully to God, I figured it out. Because when I first went to college, I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do. I just wanted to get out of school. So I didn't know what I wanted to do. And it wasn't until now, I didn't know what I wanted to do as a career. I knew I wanted to work in entertainment. I've known that probably since junior high school or high school. I knew I wanted to work in entertainment. And actually, before I graduated high school, I knew I wanted to work in A&M. Mm-hmm. So I did know that. But outside of that, how would I get to there? Shit, I don't know. I know I wanted to do some stuff like with the radio station, and I had been trying to get into radio for probably 2 or 3 years before I sent the email to Russ Park, and he contacted somebody and emailed me back in 15 minutes on a Saturday. It was like, call this lady. And when I called her, yeah, I talked to Russ. Come on in on Monday. Went in, got it. So that was like the start for me, like getting into all of this stuff. And then starting to do it, and then when I did my first interviews with Devin the Dude and Kelly Price, it was like, this is it. Yeah. I had done the Bone, and when that didn't really, I guess, matriculate into something that I really felt like I wanted it to, it wasn't a bad thing because it was just like, okay, I got to Bone when the radio station would not put me in contact with them. Mm-hmm. I actually got to them and gave them a proposal in their hands and took pictures and did all this other shit. Like the vindication in that for me was that this is what I should be doing. Like if I had gotten to these major celebrities with no help from anybody, and I just figured it out and actually got to them in their face, like here you go. Like I'm like, this is what I should be doing. So that was like the the validation for me that this is it. Like this is where I should be. Now, did I picture it being where it is now? Nope, not at all. I mean, of course, wasn't nothing going on podcast wise anyway. All the way back in 2003. So I never would have thought about that aspect of it. But even down to the magazine, I don't even think I thought about anything or any of it in that aspect that early. But, things happen. You start to learn more about yourself and what you really like and what makes you happy. This is what makes me happy. I would not do anything else at all. So I appreciate what you do because to me, it's like looking in the mirror like, yeah, this is what I love. Like I love this shit. Like I love doing this stuff. And the interviews and stuff that I see you do, it only inspires me to reach out to people. And I'm like, just reach out. All they can say is no.
That's it.
And then reach out to you. And all they can say is no. And
that is it.
Something, and you'll figure it out.
You'll get some yeses, I promise you.
Huh?
You'll get some yeses. You'll get some yeses.
Oh, yeah. You get a lot of yeses though when people recognize that you really love this and that it's a passion and that you are professional with it. Every person I bring on, the first thing I tell them is, listen, thank you, because this is my dream. And to be able to do this, I can't do it if you don't agree to do it. Like, I appreciate you. Thank you for giving me the access and the ability just to live my dream. This is all I have ever wanted to do. So thank you. And they received that. They received that. We don't say thank you enough to people in the first place. So they received that. And then again, I keep saying the professionalism because that shit matters. That's the one thing that Major complimented me and Kat about. He was like, hey, y'all did y'all research. Y'all listen, we ain't playing with you, man. Like, this is serious. Like, when we get to you, we gonna let you know that we know what we talking about. We ain't gonna be
Period.
headlights. Like, did you see the man that mistook Samuel Jackson for who did he mistake him for? And Samuel Jackson got so bad, he was like, we don't all look alike. And they hired you for entertainment? I was like, oh my God. That the man couldn't say sorry enough. Samuel Jackson was mad.
Yeah, I would have just went home.
Somebody did a Super Bowl commercial, and it wasn't Samuel Jackson, but the man thought Samuel Jackson was somebody, the person that did the Super Bowl commercial. And he went off, man. But
yeah, I would have went home.
You gotta do your research.
You have to do your research. It's so important.
Yeah.
People look at this and they'll say, oh, talking in front of a camera, that's easy. No, it's not.
And say people's names right. Like,
exactly.
Say them right and spell them right.
Exactly. I had just recently another one of my shows for next month. I'll say the name this time. Jensen Atwood.
Oh, yeah.
You know how long it took me to learn his name? Because I never said his name before in my life.
Yeah.
Never. Jensen Atwood. And it's pronounced, it's the way it's spelled, and it's so great. But I'm just like, just that's something so simple, right? Of saying someone's name correctly. You know, it's what matters. It's what matters.
Absolutely.
And so, whoosh, I'm telling you, it's a lot. We should teach a course on this.
What do you? Be something. But listen, what do you think is the biggest thing that you have learned in this whole 5-year journey, getting to that? Like, what's the biggest lesson that you have taken away from it?
That it's okay to be me.
I love it because that has been a humongous lesson for me too. I was just talking to Kent about that earlier, about another project that I'm working on, which is way far away from what anybody ever would have thought I would have been doing. But I'm just like, it's okay to be me, and it's okay to like what I like, and it's okay. And it's
okay.
Yeah. No, I think that is a beautiful lesson, and it's something that could be shared with so many people.
Exactly, because when you first start something this, you never know how big it's going to be. You never know how it's going to be at all.
Yeah.
And and then doing this for 5 years now, I guess I consider myself somewhat of an expert of what I do and how I do things.
Do y'all hear this fool? Go ahead.
Say it again.
I'm talking to the people like, do y'all hear this fool talking about somewhat of an expert? But go ahead. We're gonna play along with it.
Anyway, but no, just just believing in me because I thought that I had to be like Oprah or Dr. Phil or Phil Donahue. I thought I had to be like these individuals. But no, being me is okay, and people like that. People love Finkley. Some people don't love Finkley. I don't.
They stupid if they
I don't. It's a personal problem, so that has nothing.
It absolutely is. You sound like Tabitha now. That's a personal problem. That ain't got nothing to do with you.
Personal problem. I gotta keep moving. Gotta keep pushing. And I love those individuals that come along and say, "You need to do it this way, that way."
Listen, to me, that's the whole purpose of being independent, though. And
where's your show?
And it really goes back to you saying, being yourself. And it's okay to be yourself. Because what you find when you get with these big conglomerates and the mainstream media is that you no longer can be yourself. You don't have a voice. Like, you have to go by what they're saying, or you become Joy Reid, or you become Don Lemon, or I mean, you get it.
Yeah. So it's been a great journey, and I know that it's not done. Many times, as you know, you just want to give up and just.
It's been I've had those moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had those moments, and listen,
this stuff ain't free.
It's a fight. It is absolutely a fight. What's your take on? And Kat just put this up. She said the red carpet girls and Babyface. I felt that wind over here, man. Like,
as we were saying before, babies, do your research. Do your research. I know, because I know this personally. When you go to these different events, they give you a roster of who is
they give you a
on
book.
this. They prepare you.
They give you a thick ass book.
Yeah,
They tell you everything that they got going on.
It's up to you to read it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm gonna leave that at that, because that's just ridiculous. First of all, you should be embarrassed for yourself. Like,
To me, they shouldn't have been on the carpet anyway.
Babyface should have just been like, okay, so you know, thank you. Yes, put that up. Put that one up. Yes.
Yeah. To me, they should not have been on the carpet in the first place.
No, like, you just got a preschool and you want to be on somebody's big red carpet. No. Yeah. No. Go back home and start over.
Cat, you got them going. You got them going, Cat.
Oh my goodness. It just grinds my gears. Like, all you gotta do is read a sheet of paper. Do your research, and just
it is so fundamental.
Because everybody thinks they can do this. Everyone thinks they can do this. Literally.
Listen, man,
you can't.
It takes a lot. It takes a lot of heart to be in this business. To me, it should be a passion, and I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, is that most of them are doing it for the check or what they think the check is. They're doing it for the
selfies with.
Yeah,
one of my social media of. No.
It should be a passion, and even just I've experienced it enough. Working with people who are not passionate about it, and we all know how it turns out when you work with people who are not passionate about it. And it's not, saying anything negative to them aside from the fact that it's not what they really want to do. Mm-hmm. So it just needs to be something that you want to do, because if it is, and you're passionate about it, then you'll put the work and the time into it and actually do the research. Like, that's the worst thing for anybody to go on any platform, and the person,
a major platform at that.
Yeah, and the person doesn't know anything about them, or
like, who are you? Who is your?
Or you see somebody who goes on all these different shows, and every show is asking all the same questions.
Same questions.
Yeah, all the same questions. Even down to, and I talk about Bone Thugs a lot. I don't know how many more times people could hear about the bus ride and meeting Eazy-E and all of that. Like, it's 30 years later. Like, if you don't know by now, you probably should.
You don't know.
Ask them something. Like, so yeah.
How are you doing today?
Yeah.
You probably get that question. How are you doing today?
Well, listen, man. I appreciate you so much. I always appreciate when you come on the platform. Like, when I tell you blow this up and these numbers keep coming in and these people keep popping up on here, I appreciate you, man. I love everything it is that you have been doing. I'm always happy to see the stuff that you're doing, because it's just it's a reflection of what this business can be if people really do the work. Mm-hmm. And like, you are a reflection. So I appreciate you for what you do. Trust me, I'm learning from you. I learn from seeing the stuff that you're doing. And I appreciate the fact that you believe, that you feel like you're learning something from me. No, I know that we're learning from each other. And that's the beauty.
Here you go, y'all. Here you go.
That's really the beauty of it. I was talking to Pam, and again, we talked about, just the major situation and the Christmas movie situation. And I was just like, I don't often find people who I can share information back and forth like that, and we truly help each other. And like, he sent me, like, I'm still getting emails from these people, and I'm like, listen, I'm not driving down there to do a movie to Renee. I'm not. But I appreciate you sending it to me, though. Like, I just want you to send me some virtual stuff, baby. Like, send me some. let me do some virtual interviews, but quit asking me to come to Atlanta to do the movie premiere tonight. But I'm still getting them emails, and I appreciate you for that. The tips that you gave me, just in terms of how reaching out to people and saying, "Hey, just put me just put me on your Rolodex. Know that I'm here at X Y." That goes a long way. And for something that is as simple as that is, sometimes you got so much stuff going on that you don't think about the simple things.
Yeah.
You think about the more, difficult things, the things that's going to take you a while, and how am I going to figure this out? But it's something real simple that you could do, and you don't necessarily think about it. So it takes having, a friend and a comrade like yourself to be able to show me some stuff and help me figure out some things. And even down to the, like your release forms for your shows and stuff like that. Pamela told me some stuff this evening, and I mean, luckily I was like, listen, when I read that email you sent me earlier, I was already on it, and I was screenshot some stuff. I said, I'm gonna be on there tonight. But the fact that you're mentioning this to me, I appreciate it so much, because until today, I've been trying to figure this out for about 3 years. And I've scoured the internet trying to find forums and all this stuff. And a lot of places, what you'll find in this business is that people have kind of pulled stuff together, and they realize that podcasters and content creators are going to be looking for this stuff, and they need these things. So they start to group it all together, and then they sell it to you for $125 or for $250 or however much it costs. Half the time the shit is free somewhere.
You know how many times I send my consent form out to people? I'm like, here, tweak it to where you see fit.
Period. Because that's what everybody's doing. You tweak it to where you and then save it, and you're good to go.
That's it.
So, I appreciate her. I appreciate you. I appreciate just the relationship that there is, and the fact that you support our platforms. And
of course,
like Kat and I are always singing your praises. So we appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for coming on to the show. What would you like to tell people, before we close out of here? And how can they find you, Mr. Finkley?
You can find me on Michael Finkley Show on the CTR Media Network, Mondays, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Everything is Michael Finkley Show, all social media platforms, so you can't miss it. And it's for up-to-date information about what we're doing, just visit our website at michaelfinkleyshow.com. You can even join our mailing list as well. It's crazy. A lot of different exclusive things are happening there as well, what's going on within our show too. So definitely sign up for our mailing list too, as well. So I always tell people, and this is some exciting news that I found out a few days ago, that I am now 140 when it comes down to in Japan, and for their entertainment podcast section. So I'm like, whoa, we're truly international now.
I was getting ready to say something in Japanese. I'm not gonna do that, but that's awesome though. That is so awesome. Man, listen. When I tell you I'm excited for that, because what that also does is it lets me see the possibilities of like where I can really go with this.
Exactly.
Like it helps me see the possibility. And I don't care how long I've been in this, like I'm still learning something.
Oh, of course. You're always gonna learn something.
Yeah. Well, that's when that's when you're doing something right, is when you continue to learn something every day. When you stop learning and you feel like you just know it all, it's a problem.
Oh, something's wrong.
But you got a lot of those though. So
I don't want to be one of those.
I don't either, man. I
don't want to be one of those.
I love the fact that I'm constantly learning, and again, I appreciate your friendship and the things that we've been able to do together. Listen, there we go. I'm old, man. Like I'm trying to keep up, but I appreciate
as I always say at the end of my shows, don't forget to pursue your dreams.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming on. They know where to get you. Community Spotlight this Friday. Send me my dates so I can get ready. And I appreciate you. Everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is the Michael Finkley. Let's all thank him for coming onto the platform. Make sure that you guys follow him on social media and make sure that you catch the Michael Finkley Show each and every Monday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. Anything else we want to say out there? I think we pretty much just said it all.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we pretty much just said it all. Well, don't go nowhere because I do have a few words after we end this. Let's see. Yeah, I do have a few words after we end this. I appreciate you guys for checking us out. Make sure that you guys continue to catch us. All of our videos can be watched at UGD Podcasting and Radio.info, so you can pull us up there. Watch all the videos. UGDigital.com for magazine. You guys can catch that there. The current issue will actually be on Magster this weekend, so you guys will be able to download the issue. We finally got our flipping pages back, and I feel like I'm doing something. So make sure that you guys download the new issue of the magazine. I am making this issue free, but I want you guys to get it. So make sure that you guys download it. Thank you, Cat Queen, and to all those who were in the comments. And I think that's about it. Sir, thank you again for coming on, and sit right there.